Om Sadashivasamarampham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. So we start this text, okay? Vedanta Paribhasa. Okay. The author is Dharmaraja Advarendra, great scholar somewhere around the 17th century. Okay. These are all known as post-Shankara works on Advaita, the works that came after Shankaracharya. In fact, if you look at most of Vedanta, they will be Shankara and his immediate disciples, one section. Pre-Shankara, that's the Upanishad, the Gita. Of course, Shankara has commented on them, but and Karika, etc. Then some vrittis on the Brahma Sutras, etc. are available. Then, of course, later, post-Shankara works, lot of it Nyaya Granthas, etc., like this one. Because that time, the challenge to Vedanta was from Nyaya, which was, as I said, forerunner for theoretical physics in India. Okay? So, that's how they think. So, this is one of those texts. Okay. So, let us get into the text and I can build up things as I go along. So, it's as usual, starts with a Mangala Charanam. Okay. As I said earlier, many number of times, the success of any endeavor depends on Prayatnam Kalam Daivam. Prayatnam, your efforts. Kalam, some time period for the effort to become successful. Daivam, the grace of the Lord. What otherwise is known as luck, etc. Okay? With Ishvara's grace is necessary. So, as any other traditional Acharya would do, he also invokes the grace of the Lord before he starts. It's a very beautiful invocation. Invocation itself tells us a few things. Okay. Yad avidya vilasena bhuta bhautika srishtaya tam naumi paramatmanam sachidananda vigraham. Tam paramatmanam naumi, I salute, surrender. That Paramatma, Ishvaraha, who is that? Sachidananda Vigraham. Ishvara, there is nothing but Sachidananda Sarupaha. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Yad Brahman. That is the content of Ishvara. Therefore, by this statement, he is saluting Ishvara, Saguna Brahman, who happens to be nothing but Nirguna Brahman. Because see, these are all indications that traditionally we never took Saguna and Nirguna as though they are two things. We never took them as two. We always took them as one only. You know, the Saguna Brahma, Nirguna Brahma. First you understand Saguna Brahma, then you go to Nirguna. Nothing of that sort. What you call Saguna Brahma as Ishvara is nothing but Jagat Karanam Brahman. Brahman that has manifested the whole universe. And what is Brahman? Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Therefore, Sachidananda Vigraham, Paramatmanam Aham Naumi, I salute. Why? Here it is said. Bhuta Bhautika Srishtaya, who is responsible for Bhuta Bhautika Srishti. Bhuta Bhautika Srishtaya. It's a very common expression. Bhuta Bhautikam. Bhuta is the original Panchabhutas. Tanmatras, Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apa, Prithvi. Remember Tattva Bodha and all that? Books that we first, Vedanta Sara, etc. Tanmatras, nothing but that. Okay, those who have forgotten can refer to Vedanta Sara. Recording is there on the website, on the channel. Okay. Bhutas. Then, what is Bhautikam? derivatives from the bhutas. From the bhutas went undergoing grossification, etc. And the whole universe is manifest from that. Subtle, physical, both. All of it manifests from that. Therefore, bhuta bhautika srishtayaha. Tam Paramatma. How? Yad avidya vilasena. Avidya vilasena. By the play of avidya. By the play of avidya. By the play of avidya, Maya Shakti, the whole universe is manifest. Because if you understand Brahman as Anantam, Brahman is impossible, cannot create the universe. Why? Limitlessness. How can the limitless act? There is no action possible. Because what is action? Remember Tarka, what we studied? Chalanatmakam karma. Karma is movement, minimum. There has to be a movement. For movement, there has to be finitude. Because you have to be located in space for a movement to happen. Space-time conditioning should be there. If space-time conditioning is not there as Anantam Brahma, how can movement be possible? How can any karma be possible? There is no karma, just avidya vilasaha. The play of Maya, that's all that is there. The play of Maya, that is all that is there. What is the play of Maya? What is Maya now? You are talking of Brahman and Maya, two different things? No. Maya is something that is dependent on Brahman, therefore not real. Oh, Maya is not real. No, Maya is not real. Ya ma, that which is not, sa Maya, that is called Maya. Ya, that, feminine, ya, ma, which is not, sa Maya, that is called Maya. Therefore, Maya is that which is not there. And I know one couple of gurus in modern India who uses this expression, definition for Shiva. That which is not there is called Shiva. Yeah, it's really foolishness, to say that. Shiva is Mangala Sarupaha. Shiva is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahman. Not Maya. Avidya vilasena, Maya vilasena. Therefore, if Maya is not real, she must not be existing. Maya should not exist. No, it exists. Why? You feel the effects of it. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, etc. You feel that. Therefore, Maya exists. At the same time, she is not real. She is not real like Brahman, not Sat. She is not Asat, not non-existence. Therefore, Sat, Asatbhyam, Anirvachaniyam. That which cannot be categorized and Sat or Asat is called Maya. Neither Sat nor Asat. Neither absolute existence, not absolute non-existence. Just like everything else in the world. Does the phone exist? Of course it exists. Absolutely? No. Sat asatbhyam anirvachaniyam. Maya is the same. Why? Maya is that which is responsible for the manifestation. Therefore, sat asatbhyam anirvachaniyam. And therefore, what is Ishvara? Maya Shabalam Brahma. Brahman manifests through Maya is what we call Ishvara. Brahman is not manifest. Brahman through Maya manifests the universe. Okay? Therefore, the universe actually is Brahman's manifestation only. That is called Ishvara Jagat Karanatvam. Therefore, one Brahman looked upon as Jagat Karanam with respect to the creation, manifestation. Creation is the wrong word, manifestation is the correct word. Therefore, with respect to the manifestation called Ishvara, with respect to itself called Brahman. And what is that Brahman? Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Satyam Jnanam Anantam being Swarupa of Brahman, not qualities of Brahman. Brahman has got three aspects. One is Satyam, one is Jnanam, one is Anantam. Balaha pravadanti natu vipaschita. Children speak like that. Not the wise. Why? What is Sat is Chit. What is existence itself is called awareness, consciousness. And what is existent consciousness is limitless, Anantam. Therefore, Satyam Jnanam Anantam, Swarupa of Brahman, Swarupa Lakshana. Ishvara, Tatastha Lakshana. Why? You are using the world to indicate Brahman, you are using Maya to indicate Brahman. Therefore, it is called Tatastha Lakshana. Implied by you are using something else to define. Universe is not always there, but you are saying the Karanam of that universe is Brahman. Therefore, you are defining Brahman from the standpoint of the creation, Jagat Karanatvam. You are pointing out Brahman from the standpoint of the world. You are using the world to point out Brahman, therefore Tatastha Lakshana. Like using that car to point out my building. Car does not belong to the building. Car belongs to some visitor who has come. Which is a building? Hey, that one. Which one? There are 3 buildings there. The one which the red car is parked in front. Okay, got it. And once you get the building, next time when you come, you are not looking for the car. Why? Because now you understood the building. No, this time I couldn't find your building because I didn't see the car there. Those are your moron jokes, okay, or blondie jokes. Yeah. Here, Jagat Karanatvam. And Swarupa is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Sachidananda Vigraham. Ananda there stands for Anantam. We have seen that in Taittiriya Upanishad. Anantam and Anandam is one and the same entity. Therefore, Swarupa. And Avidya Vilasena. Now, with this avidya, in the footnote also he makes a very interesting thing. He says, who is experiencing this avidya? I don't know myself. I don't know Ishvara. Therefore, avidya is in me, in my mind. And what is the... See, because when you say ignorance, you have to have 2 things. One is its locale and one subject matter. Isn't it? Ignorance has to be in the same entity that's capable of knowledge. I am ignorant of Russian. Who is ignorant? This mind. Location. What is the subject matter of ignorance? Russian, the language. Therefore, when you say ignorance, it is dependent on these 2 things. That itself makes it mithya. Location and subject matter. Clear up to now? Location and subject matter. All right. Who is experiencing? Who is saying, I don't know Brahman? Me. The pramana is meant for me to understand. No? Therefore, ignorance is in me. And what is the subject matter? That I am Brahman. So, Brahman becomes the subject matter. Therefore, when you are talking from your standpoint, ignorance will be located in you and it will be about Brahman. This is what the footnote says. This was the stand taken by Vachasmati Mishra, who wrote an elaborate commentary on the Brahma Sutras called Bhamati. Very elaborate commentary, very scholarly work. Therefore, when scholars look at scholarly work, they make schools out of it. This is the Bhamati school, this is the Panchapadika school. Kuch nahi hai. There is no school like that. When you are talking from the standpoint of the individual, it is like that. That's how you experience, that's how you approach Vedanta. No? So, Vachasmati Mishra was a great scholar. But he was an idiotic husband. Okay. Actually, in my thinking, he should not have got married. My thinking, personal opinion. Okay. Why? He started writing this commentary on the Brahma Sutras the day he got married. That itself makes him a problematic husband. The day you are getting married, chalo yaar, go to honeymoon. Suhagrat manao. I mean, why are you getting married otherwise? Just because your mama said so? Anyway, whatever. He's a great scholar, okay? I have a great respect for him as a scholar and a wise person. Not necessarily as a husband. Okay. So he started writing this. He started writing this elaborate work. It took him 20 years to finish it. 20 years. Every day sitting and writing and writing and writing. And the household is running. Huh? The idiot didn't think, how is the household running? When I am busy writing. Household is running. Everything is happening smooth. So at the end of 20 years, he puts his pen down. Whatever. Manuscript pen down. He says, over. Only title has to be given to this now. And he says, leans back. And he finds there's a middle-aged lady standing there. He asks her, who are you? Up to now she was fine. As a long-suffering wife, she was okay. This she couldn't take anymore. So he says, Durbhagyavati tava bharya. I'm that unfortunate one. Who's your wife, idiot? 20 years you have ignored me. I have taken care of everything here. I mean, what a woman she must have been. I mean, something. Okay. To recognize that this guy is doing something for posterity and I will support and do all these things. Must have been a very phenomenal woman, you know. And this man also recognized, my God, what have I done? Every woman wants to have a child, etc., carry the Vamsha forward. All this is not possible now. She is 40 plus. Those days nobody got pregnant at 40. So he says, I will call this work by her name. That's why the name Bhamati came. I will immortalize her along with my work. So it's called Bhamati. Okay. So this is the stand in Bhamati. The predominant stand about avidya is like this, taking into account your experience. Then there is another student of Shankara called Padmapada. He has written something called this a Panchapadika. Okay. In that, it is called the Vivarna school. Panchapadika. There he takes the stand. All right. You say avidya is in your mind, but your mind is a product of avidya. Correct or not? Your mind is a product of avidya. Therefore, avidya has to exist before you, before your mind came into existence. Because your mind is a product of avidya. Niyata purva vrittitvam is karanam, no? Now can you see why Tarka, what is preceding it and is indispensable to it. Therefore, avidya has to precede your mind and has to be indispensable for making your mind. Barabar. Therefore, avidya is in Brahman. And that has to be about what? About Brahman itself. Therefore, the location of avidya is in Brahman. So, when you are looking at the totality, location of avidya is in Brahman. When you are looking at you gaining moksha, location of avidya is in your mind. Because unless this ignorance goes, you don't gain moksha. The problem is created by your ignorance in your own mind. But when you are looking at Jagat Karanatvam, avidya has to be in Brahman, Maya Shakti. That's why we have two terms, avidya with respect to the individual, Maya Shakti with respect to the total. Are you all getting this? ये वेदांत परिभाषा है बाबा, चालू में थोड़ा Starting itself, it takes you at a different level. Okay.
Sir, not clear.
Not clear. Okay.
Not clear, and one more word, Vigraham. That
Okay.
also is called.
Okay. Done. I'll explain more. Okay. Did you understand the first part that avidya is in your mind?
Yeah.
That is clear. Now the question comes up, how was your mind created? What is the cause for your mind? Apart from all that biology, science, etc., the whole universe is a manifestation of avidya. Through avidya, Brahman has manifested as the universe, including your mind, etc. The total mind, your mind, everything is a manifestation from Brahman. And what is that responsible for that manifestation? Avidya or Maya Shakti. Without Maya Shakti, how can Brahman create anything? Because Brahman is Anantam. It cannot change to become the world. Therefore, it is Maya that makes Brahman appear as the world. Therefore, if it has made your mind also appear, where should Brahman be? Where should Maya be? In Brahman, not in your mind. So, it is in Brahman, and the ignorance is about Brahman. When you are looking at your moksha, it is in your mind and it is about Brahman. When you are looking at it as Jagat Karanam, it is in Brahman and it is about Brahman. Subject matter doesn't change. Now you can ask, if ignorance is about Brahman, should Brahman be ignorant about himself? You won't. This is proper Vedanta, okay? As a thoda argument ana banta. Only then Vedanta will become clear. If subject matter for ignorance is Brahman, and this ignorance is in Brahman, should not Brahman be ignorant as well?
For him, it is a Shakti, Maya Shakti.
Exactly. How?
For us, it is illusion.
But how does it become Maya Shakti? This is where I have given you the idea of the difference between individuality and totality. Remember?
Yeah.
One person with one bag, you can just walk into a train. But if I have 20 people and 20 bags, it becomes now logistics. How to handle all that luggage? Samashti Veshti differences, exactly. The qualitative difference.
Relate to it. Samashti, Vayashti, I have followed.
Yeah, exactly. So Vyashti is individual. Vyashti is individual, Samashti is the totality. Therefore, listen now, there is a qualitative difference that comes in. Me with one vote becomes a ruled. Anyone who corners the majority becomes ruler. Anyone with the majority becomes a ruler. Yeah. Therefore, there is always the difference of individual and qualitative difference that comes in between the individual and the total. Because of that, in my mind, I become ignorant about Brahman. Ishvara's mind, that ignorance doesn't exist. He is all knowledge. Qualitative difference. Maya Shakti, if it is total, it's all knowledge. If it is individual, then there is a mixture of knowledge, ignorance, everything. Remember, Maya Shakti is made of Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Sattva is total knowledge, right? In my mind, it becomes a qualities. Ishvara's mind is all knowledge. Total love, total compassion, etc. In my mind, limited love, limited compassion, etc. Rajas, in my mind, I am capable of doing a few things. As Ishvara is concerned, the energy that sustains the whole universe. Tamas, in my mind, is laziness, ignorance, etc. In his mind, total mind, tamas becomes the material for creation. The tamasic aspect of the 5 elements became the whole universe, physical universe. All that we have seen in Vedanta Sara. So even though from the totality standpoint, ignorance is in Brahman and the subject matter of that ignorance is also Brahman, Brahman itself does not suffer from ignorance, which we have seen in a simple book called Hastamalikiyam in one of the camps, remember? Ganachanna drishtihi ganachanna markam yatha manyate chati moodaha tatas nityopalabdhi surupoham atma. My vision of the sun is blocked by the clouds. And what do I say? The cloud is covering the sun. Similarly, Nitya Upalabdhi Swarupoham Atma. I am the Atma, which is Nitya Upalabdhi Swarupam, always known as I. It is in the light of the consciousness, I recognize I am ignorant. I recognize that there is ignorance in the mind because of the light of the consciousness. Exactly like in the light of the sun, I recognize there is cloud blocking my vision of the sun. If the sunlight was not there, I won't recognize the clouds either. How do I know the clouds are there? There is no light at all. Yeah. Therefore, this is how you are looking at the whole thing. Okay? Clear up to now?
Yes.
Avidya, two standpoints, everything?
So this Vigraham word, as such, what is the meaning exactly?
Vigraham here is used in the meaning of Swarupam. Vigraham also can mean a statue.
Oh.
Yeah. Meaning it is made of Satyanjanam, Sachidanandam. What is Brahman? Sachidananda Vigraham. Like how will a statue be made of wood? It is nothing but wood. Similarly, Brahman is nothing but Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Nothing but Sachidananda. That's why you can't take it over as three qualities. You have to look at it as Swarupaha, Swarupa Lakshana. Therefore, instead of Sachidananda Vigraham, if you want to say Sachidananda Swarupam, it means the same thing. Okay, yad avidya vilasena bhuta bhautika srishtaya tam naumi paramatmanam Sachidananda Vigraham. Okay. Alright, now all this will be elaborated further in the text. Okay. Every point I have said here, we will elaborate it further in the text also. We will see that later. Then he is going to the second. Okay. Second verse. He is saluting his Paramaguru. Paramaguru is saluting. Okay. Yad antevasi panchaihi nirastaha bhedavarinaha tam pranavami narasammakyam yatindram paramam gurum. Yatindram paramam gurum. What is Paramaguru? What do you call in Hindi as Dada Guru? Okay. Guru's Guru. Paramaguru. Like Puja Swamiji is my Guru. His Guru Swami Taranandagiri. Therefore Taranandagiri becomes my Paramaguru. Okay. Yeah. Therefore, who was it? Okay. Paramaguru. Narasimhakyam. He was called Narasimha. Yatindram. He was a king among the sadhus, yatis. Among the sadhus, in this thing, he was a king, meaning well known. Yad antevasi panchayasyahi. Yad antevasi. Who's antevasi? Antevasi is, as I said before, committed students. Students who teach us. Who's committed students? Antevasis. Nirastaha. They put to rout. Who? Vedavarinaha. Those who speak of duality. Now the speakers of duality, he calls them as elephants. Varinaha. Vedavarinaha. And the students he is calling as Panchasyaihi, as lions. Panchaha. The paws having the 5 nails. Therefore Panchaha. Very often Panchaha is an indication for a lion. Therefore Vedanta Panchaha, Antevasi Panchaha. Not 5. Okay, Panchaha, lion. The lions of his students are like lions who have negated all the elephants of duality, elephants of duality. Just a poetic way of presenting. Therefore, the teacher was a great person. He didn't have to go for a debate himself. His students were good enough to take care of all the debates. Yeah. Yes. After you finish with your students, you come to me, Baba. My students itself have taken care of. When I do, मैं मैदान में क्यों उतरूँ अब? Why should I get into the field? My students have taken care of the issue. That way, okay? That way, Vedavariṇah tam naumi narasamhakyam yatindam par, which is true in a manner, just like how the student is known by whose teacher by his teacher. In olden days, it's also important that the teacher was known by his students. Oh, you got all these great students. Good. Like it is true. Wherever I have gone, I have found, when I say I am Swamiji's student, oh my God, immediately there is added respect, etc. And why is Swamiji respected so much? He has got 300 teachers. His students, there are 300 teachers are his students. Wow. Someone who has created 300 Vedanta teachers, that is something. Can you see? Both ways it works. Both ways it works. Of course, it's up to us to prove that we are good students, okay, and good teachers, not idiots. Okay. That is our responsibility. So here he is saying, not a problem, the students were great, okay. No dual person who is talking about duality could stand anywhere in front of them. Therefore, okay, Nirastaha Vedavariṇah tam pranavami narasamhakyam yatindram paramam. Why is he comparing to lions, etc.? Because his Parama Guru's name was Narasimha, half man, half lion. Ishvara's avatara as half man, half lion, therefore Narasimhakyam. All right. Look at the parampara, how he is establishing the parampara. Ishvara, Parama Guru, that is the whole lineage. By saluting your Guru and Parama Guru, the whole lineage is taken care of. Then it comes to his Guru. Srimad Venkatanathakyaan Velangudi Nivasinaha Jagadgurunaham Vande Sarvatantra Pravartakan Sarvatantra Pravartakan. Srimad Venkatanathakyaan. His name was Venkata. Okay. Srimad Venkatanatha was his name. The name was Srimad Venkatanatha. And where was he staying? Velangudi Nivasinaha. Velangudi Nivasina. He is staying in Velangudi. Okay? He is Velangudi. This is supposed to be a village east of Kumbakonam. They identified that village because he is a 7th century writer. 7th century is comparatively recent in Vedanta. Okay? 17th century. 17th century is very recent as far as Vedanta is concerned. Therefore, they have identified the village. It was to the east of Kumbakonam, on the banks of the Kaveri. Now, don't ask me where is Kumbakonam. Kumbakonam is in Tanjore district. Tanjore district is in Tamil Nadu. Okay. Tanjore is Tanjavur actually. Tanjore is English name. Tanjavur is an Indian name. So, in Tanjavur, which is in the state of Tamil Nadu, there is a smaller town. Okay, Tamil Nadu, Chennai. Tamil Nadu, Chennai is a town, no, Tamil Nadu. There is a town called Tanjavur. With the side of Tanjavur is a small town called Kumbakonam. And near Kumbakonam there is a village called Velangudi. Now today's name, it is known as Vidangudi. Names change over the years, okay, Vidangudi. Jagadgurum aham vande. He was Jagadguru Baba. Jagadguru means not that he taught the whole world. He was capable of teaching the whole world. A person who is capable of teaching the whole world, meaning Sampradaya with a person who walks in on the street and comes into his class, this is capable of taking all the way to moksha. Jagadgurun. Jagadgurun. Aham Vande. I salute him. My own Guru. My Guru, whom I studied from. I am saluting. Who was he? Sarva Tantra Pravartakan. He was a Sarva Darshana Acharya. Not just limit, he didn't limit himself to Vedanta. He was scholarly enough to teach any Shastra that was there. Sarvatantra Pravartakan. Sarvatantra. Sarva Shastra Pravartakan. Tantra here stands for Shastra, not any Tantric Vidya or anything. Okay? It stands for the Shastra. There was Sarva Shastra Visharadan Pravartakan. Yes, Sarva Darshana Acharya he was. Okay? He could teach any Shastra that was there. Okay? Great of him, I salute. Now, thoda, he is telling something about his Guru also. Naturally. When I say I am Swami Dayananda's Guru, I won't limit it to that. When I am talking about him to strangers, I won't say, Swami Dayananda. Who was Swami Dayananda? What was he? This, thoda ek do line bolna tha. What is he? Yena chinta manau tika dasha tika vibhanjani tarka chudamnir namaha krita vidvan manorama. Says who has written a tika. Tika is a sub-commentary on the work of Chintamani. Chintamani is a book on Navyanaya. Okay, Navyanaya. And it was written by a great scholar called Ganesha Upadhyaya. Okay, and on this work Chintamani, my teacher. Huh? One second, just listen to what I am saying. There is no doubt here. Just listen to what I am saying. There is no doubt to be asked here. Where is the doubt? Chintamani. What is Chintamani? A work on Navyanaya written by Ganesha Upadhyaya. Simple, straightforward. Okay. On that Chintamani he is written a tika. What is the name of the tika? Tarka Chudamani Namaha. Second line. Tarka Chudamanihir Nama. The tika is called Tarka Chudamani. It is Dasha Tika Vibhanjani. It has negated 10 tikas that had come before. 10 tikas that had come before he wrote. There were 10 other tikas available, 10 other commentaries available on Chintamani. But all of them were incomplete or not good enough. Therefore, this tika negated all of them. And what is this tika? Vidvan Manoramaha. The scholars revel in this tika. To revel in the tika, you have to be a scholar, okay? It is not easy. People are struggling in Tarka Sangra. Okay? This is not something I have systematically studied also, okay? I know about it, but that's it, okay? Yeah.
So now I can ask a question?
Yes, now you can ask. Tell me.
Sir, we have come to the fourth. In the third verse, Sarvatantra that I followed,
Huh?
what exactly we are trying to convey?
He is paying respects to his Guru and saying what is his Guru. That's all. I told you this is all paying respects to. You have missed that point.
Okay.
Yeah, you missed that point. Okay. Okay. All right, Tarka Chudamaniya Vidyan Manorama. Okay. Then, not only that, he has done something else also. You know. What is that? It's like if I am going to talk about Puja Swamiji, I'll say, you know what, 300 student teachers he has created. 300 of his students have become teachers. Such a great teacher he was. Guru Nam Guru Hu. His teachers are gurus with their disciples. Those disciples have become teachers also. Therefore, Swamiji was Guru Nam Guru Hu. Not that. He started aim for seva also. To take care of the poor in this thing. Oh, okay. Set up 2 ashrams as well. These are all highlighting my teachers' glories. 3 ashrams he has set up. Wow, okay, fine. So similarly here, okay, he has written this tika and another one. He is a scholar. Tika Shashadharasyapi Balayutpadina Dayini Padayojanayam Panchapadika Vyakrita Tatha. Tika Shashadarasyapi. Shashadaraha, the author of Nyaya Siddhanta Deepaha. Another text. You know, it will take many lifetimes to study all of them, okay? Okay. What is that? Bala Vyutpadidayani. To make it clearer for the new students, the children. Padayojanayam Panchapadika Vyakrata Tata. What is he doing there? What is the Tika meant for? Explaining Panchapadika Padayojanaya. By looking at the words and the sentences and the meaning, he was commenting on Panchapadika. What is Panchapadika? याद है व्हाट इज पंचपादिका? अरे ये क्लास में अभी अभी बताया था. Don't come with such clean slates. Padmapada Acharya's commentary on Shankara Bhashya. And Shankara Bhashya is commentary on Brahma Sutras. So, okay, just to give you an idea of the scholarship. Brahma Sutras by Vyasa, commented upon by Shankara, further commentary by Panchapadika in Panchapadika, by Padmapada in Panchapadika, then further commented in Vivarna, further commented in Vivarna Prameya Sangraha. Whole line. There's only one line. Similarly, Bhamati, Kalpataru, Parimala. Scholar बनने का वेदांता में you should know all this, okay? I am looking for students they can teach all this, okay? अभी तक मिला नहीं है इतना पढ़ाने के लिए, okay? All right, okay. All right. Therefore, this is it. And who is writing this book? Me. Who am I? The student of such great lineage. Remember? From Narasimhakyam Yatindram, then this thing, Venkatanatha, abhi मैं आया हूँ. In that parampara, I stand. Okay? There is pride and humility together in this, you know. If you look at the attitude, there is pride that, hey, such great parampara. Humility also, such great teachers have gone before me, yaar, मैं क्या हूँ? Both are there in it, okay? Tena bodhaya mandanam vedantartha vilambini dharmaraja dhvarenena paribhasham vitanyate. Mandanam bodhaya. थोड़ा जो dull people है ना, who can't go directly to Panchapada, no, Panchapadika, you can't directly go to Vivarna. For those characters, okay, for those people, Mandanam, Balanam, okay, Mandanam, Vedantartha Vilambani, which will explain Vedantartha Vilambani, okay, Dharmaraja Advarendra, my name, Dharmaraja Advarendra, Paribhasha, this text called Vedanta Paribhasha, Vitanyate, I am composing of it, I am doing it, okay, for the easy understanding of the people who are still thoda mandam, meaning they are not children in the study of Vedanta, they have done some things, but they have to get some more, they have to get some. So, for that, I am composing Vedanta Paribhasha. Now, Vedanta Paribhasha, when he is composing, it's a text on Vedanta. And as a text on Vedanta, it has to make it complete by itself. But it is still called Prakarana Grantha. You can call it a Prakarana, meaning it is dealing with one section of Vedanta. It doesn't, like Brahma Sutra is not dealing with the whole Vedanta. Like Shankara Bhashya is not dealing with the whole, but certain aspect of it is dealing, and some very important aspect. Okay? So you will start by saying what is Vedanta about, because that's how you have to start anyway. Because it's Vedanta Paribhasa, what is Vedanta? Then what is the purpose, prayojanam, etc. He has to mention. What is the purpose of the book? What is the who is meant to be studying this book? All that has to be clear. Okay, so that's why he says Balana, Manda Adhikarina, meaning those who have not yet reached the study of Brahma Sutras, etc. Though I reverse the order and teach it afterwards. Okay, that's the methodology of teaching. You can make these adjustments. So for those people, I am teaching it. He says. That means, who is the student here? People who have some understanding of Vedanta. That means they are adhikaris for Vedanta plus some understanding is there. Viveka, Vairagya, Shat Sampati, Mumukshutum is there, plus they already studied some amount of Vedanta. Kam se kam Gita, Upanishad sab ho gaya hai. Or they are studying Gita, Upanishad, etc. Okay? It's for those people. Therefore, there will be some struggle if you have not done all this. Okay? There will be some struggle, but I will try to lighten that struggle. Okay? What's the purpose? Moksha. Why are you studying Vedanta? For moksha only. Purpose of it is to help understanding of Vedanta for moksha. You don't understand for Vedanta for scholastic purposes. The study of Vedanta is a value-based study. And what is the value there? My moksha. For moksha is a value. That I want to be free from my existential issues is the value with which you are studying Vedanta. Therefore, study of Vedanta is a heavily value-based study. Yeah. I mean, any activity that you do, you must have a purpose, isn't it? There is nothing like purposeless activity. Unless you are doing something to pass time. Then that is time pass activities. You are doing it to time pass. Okay. You have that much of time that you can do time pass activity. Entertainment has a purpose. You want to break from things. You want to give your mind a rest. Therefore, it's fine. Therefore, it is fine. That's also understandable. Okay. What is the result? Result will be moksha or kya. What is the relationship between this text and Vedanta? It's part of Vedanta. So, pratipadaka, pratipadya, sambandha. It reveals what you are. It's a book which will reveal what you are. That's the fundamental nature of this. Now, but the focus on this book, in particular, is not the whole of Vedanta. The first 6 chapters are focused on epistemology. The last 2 chapters focus on pure Vedanta. What is the subject matter and the aim of Vedanta? You know? The subject matter and the aim of Vedanta is elaborate. That's beautiful. Even someone who has not studied Vedanta comes to these 2 chapters, they will really get a good, solid understanding of what Vedanta is about. Okay. And the first 6 chapters deal with epistemology. Okay. It deals with epistemology. How do we know what we know? How do we know what we know? So naturally he will start with perception. Why? Because perception is accepted by all schools of thought. All schools of thought except perception. Without perception, how do you see? Then next will be logic, inference. Why? Because inference also people will accept. Okay. Then other things will come into the picture. Yeah. Finally, it will become Shabda. Because Shabda is accepted in toto only by Mimamsakas. Purva Mimamsaka and Uttara Mimamsaka. See, Nyaya also claims to accept Shabda, but in a very limited sense. Okay? Nyaya Vaisheshikas accept Shabda in a very limited sense. Yoga Sankhya also claims to accept Shabda, but very limited sense, not the whole Veda, etc. So, in a very limited sense. So, Shabda will be the last thing that will be taken up, because in toto only Mimamsakas and accept it, that is Purva and Uttara Mimamsa. And there also it is only Uttara Mimamsa who accepts it in totality, because we accept the Karma Kanda for what it can give, and Uttara Mimamsa or Vedanta for what it can give. Moksha, etc. Whereas Purva Mimamsakas are not bothered so much about moksha. Karmatas, they are bothered about karmata. Bhoga Aishwaryam Gatim Pratim. Bhoga, Aishwarya, Gati, that's what they are bothered about. मजा किधर है? इधर का मजा देख ले, अभी हेवन में जाके देखेगा. भोगा. Yeah. So, Bhoga Aishwarya Pratim. So, this will be the chain, how it will go. And to make some this thing, in perception, he will also include certain aspects of Shabda. We will see that when he goes, but I am cautioning you all right in the beginning. Some aspect of Shabda will be included in perception itself. This is a book. Shabda Jnanam, no? It's included in perception, but even though words are used. So, how it is, etc., that part we will see how it comes. So, this is the little bit picture about what this book is about. Okay. Basically, it deals with epistemology. Okay. But the last two chapters make it a phenomenally beautiful Vedanta Grantha. Okay. Yeah. Including what are the aids to liberation, etc. It's that way, it's a very complete book. So, even though, because it is dealing with a certain aspect, highlighting a certain aspect of Vedanta, that is epistemology, the scholars will put it as a Prakarana Grantha. Why? He is dealing with this Prakarana. What is the Prakarana? Epistemology. Okay, Pramana Vichara. So, therefore, Pramana Vichara is the subject matter, therefore, it is one section of it, therefore called Prakarana Grantha. But don't mistake it as a Prakarana Grantha like Tattva Bodha, for example, or Atma Bodha. Tattva Bodha, Atma Bodha are also Prakarana Granthas, but they are what we will call as beginner's text, beginning study these texts. Tattva Bodha, Atma Bodha, or what do you call Aparokshanabhuti, Vedanta Dintima. Okay. Because these are all small sections, anyone can read and study it. As a beginner, you study these texts, it helps. In fact, those of you who have beginners, you have done some time and you want to pick up these books and read it on your own, you are fine. You will be able to understand. Don't try to pick up Vedanta Dintima, because you will find some of it funny. Okay. And it talks about, it's a little out of Arthavada in it. It's talking about the glories of Vedanta. Therefore, Dintima was, like how in olden days you had announcements, you'll beat the drum and announce, hearken, 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 all ye, listen to me. The government has decided this. This is how government messages were sent in the beginning, before all the printing and the postal technology, etc. came up. Even before post, okay, we are talking about. Even post office is later. Now post is gone, it's all emails. Okay, we are talking about a time before that. Therefore, it is all town criers, they used to beat the drum and announce. That's why it's called Dintima. You are announcing the glories of Vedanta. Here it is. So you may find it a bit funny. Okay. Viveka Chudamani. Dindora, exactly. That's called Dindima here in Sanskrit. So here, like Viveka Chudamani, I always told people, read it on your own. I am not going to teach that text. It's a very good book of negation also. 30 verses on why I am not the body. At the end of it, you will say, Baba, thika. My mind is full, I am not the body. 40 verses on why I am not the mind. So, it's a good book to read. If I start teaching those books, people will get bored, they will go to sleep. As it is, people are feeling sleepy in this class. So उसमें वो क्लास में सो जाएगा. Okay. Then there is Upadesha Sahasra. Now that's a beautiful text. That may require some teaching. Okay. The Upadesha in 1,000 verses. That's Shankara's original Prakarana Grantha. Beautiful text. I read it before I went to join the ashram. Understood it more in depth after the ashram, in the process of learning. Then there is books like Vedanta Sara Samgraha. If you think Viveka Chudamani with 500 and odd verses was long, this is double the size, 1,000 verses. Okay. Upadesha Sahasra is also 1,000 verses. Okay. Vedanta Sangraha is also 1,000 verses. But Vedanta Sangraha, Viveka Chudamani, etc., read and understand. Remember when you were in school, we had something called non-detail or rapid reading. I don't know whether you all had it. In school, Sanchit, did you have something like that? In English, rapid reader or non-detail studies?
No, we did not have it in school, but I can understand.
Yeah, like we had, like our English textbook, etc. was there, and we had the Scarlet Pimpernel, a nice storybook about the French Revolution, as a what you call rapid reader or non-detail. This you are supposed to read on your own. This is advice for reading material. Okay, yeah. So similarly, I am suggesting Viveka Chudamani, Sarva Vedanta Sangraha, etc. as non-detail reading. Okay, you read yourself. Don't ask me to teach them. Okay. 30 verses, why I am not the mind, you need explanation of what? Read and understand. Even the translation doesn't matter. Read and understand. Okay. Yeah. So, like that. This is not like that. Even though this is a Prakarana Grantha, this is not like those books. This is to be taken with a lot of commitment and seriousness. It has to be taught. Okay. Similarly, in Vedanta, after Brahma Sutras and all you finish, you will come to Siddhi Granthas. Naishkarma Siddhi, Advaita Siddhi, Chit Sukhi, Kanna Khadya. All these are advanced texts, scholarly works. So that is how the process of learning goes. So with this, we have seen the introduction to Vedanta Paribhasa. Details we will see next class. We will start seeing it more and more next class onwards. Okay. Good place to stop. Any questions or you all are fine? Okay. Take care then.